My marketing agency makes well over 7 figures a year. But let's imagine now that you're starting a company like this one this year. What should it look like? What can you expect to make? And what is your first step? The initial step in launching a business is to determine your motivation. Why do you want to work longer, work harder, and potentially reap the benefits of the freedom that owning your own business brings? Jocko Willink says, discipline equals freedom. And this is really true for a business owner. You must have great discipline. You need to rise when you'd rather stay in bed. You must stay later in the office than everyone else when they're heading home to possibly play video games or to spend more time with their friends or partying or even sometimes with their family, particularly during the early and middle stages of a business. You must be willing to make some sacrifices and exercise the discipline that's needed for the business to succeed. Being a business owner and a business leader is the greatest privilege that I have. I'm so grateful to have a team that trusts me, trusts their coworkers, and that we're building something together and having fun doing it. That's what having a job, having a career truly is. It's about trusting that the business and the coworkers that are all working around you are working on something that will grow so that your career can advance. So the first thing that people need to consider when they're starting a business is, why do you want to do it? Acquiring your first clients is a crucial step when launching a marketing business, but really any business. One effective approach is to consider your personal connections, such as friends, family, and hobbies. There's lots of business owners there. There's lots of business owners all around you. Maybe it's on your kid's baseball team, one of the other parents is someone that you can talk to, or someone that you just graduated university with. There's always people around you that can become your first client. Friends and family are a great place to start because you could even do discounted work so that you can build a substantial case study. Having great case studies plays a key role in marketing because clients want to see tangible evidence of what they can expect from working with you, especially if they're paying their hard-earned money to hire you. They want to know the results that they're going to get. This applies across all industries. For instance, demonstrating a construction project's transformation from ground to beautiful, awesome construction is huge. Also, if you show a client's journey from having neck pain to having no pain and having a pain-free life, that's what people want, and you need to sell the results. In a marketing company, having a successful case study is essential. When I was 19, 20, I approached my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym and I said, can I get you guys more students? I want more training partners. And they had about 100 students, paying $150 a month. And within 6 months, that was up to 200 students. That's not including grading fees, the selling of the gis and rash guards, tournament entries, all of that. Substantial growth in the business. I calculated this, I tracked all of the data, and I took that case study to other people that were in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym, friends, family, and I eventually had 3 to 5 case studies that became a cornerstone of my sales pitch. It's worth noting that business owners often hesitate when offered something for free, questioning if there's a catch. Most people, for example, they wouldn't accept a free tattoo from an artist looking to build their portfolio, fearing that the quality would be bad. And no one wants the worst tattoo ever on their forearm. Similarly, in marketing, no one will provide an ad budget for someone offering to advertise for free. It's safer and better to approach businesses that you somewhat know. If you don't have any connections, consider joining local communities like a jiu-jitsu gym, seek one without a good website or marketing efforts, and offer your services after you've built up some trust. Establish that trust over a few weeks, then propose something for free. They'll probably be grateful for the free service, but they need to trust you somewhat before accepting the offer. If you appear too good to be true, you're going to look suspicious. You might wonder, where do you invest your money if you're planning to start a business, particularly a marketing business? It's vital. Be honest with yourself about whether or not the money is actually needed. Most digital marketing businesses don't require almost any investment. What do you really need? A phone, a computer, perhaps a few subscriptions. In our case, we have subscriptions for web design and SEO like Elementor and Ahrefs. So you do need some funds for a few months runway. If you're putting together a bankroll, you'd probably want to put it in a high interest savings account as you're planning on using that money in the next 3 to 6 months. Anything that's a year out, any income that's coming into the business and you don't have an immediate use for it, maybe go into like a GIC, a guaranteed income certificate, which has a slightly higher interest rate, but you're still not going to get rich off of it. If the goal is to use the money in the short term, it wouldn't be advisable to invest in the stock market. Don't invest in real estate. It's always much better to reflect on how much money you really need and roll your profit into your equipment or your team. You might ask, what essential skills do I need to start a digital marketing business? Do you need an MBA? Do you need a university degree? Not really. You don't need it. People are always going to value your portfolio and your experience in the thing that you're offering way more than they are the piece of paper. I've never once been asked in a sales meeting, a growth consultation, what my degree's in. People don't seem to care anymore about that. I'm not saying that degrees are useless. I was fortunate enough to have numerous scholarships and lots of connections came out of my university. And, the Alumni Association has been really, really great to me. So I'm really grateful that I did go to university, but it's not necessary in digital marketing. It's great to be passionate about any aspect of business, whether it's advertising, web design, video, branding, but you only get to enjoy that fun if you sell. In the grand scheme of things, cars need oil and bodies need blood. Sales is the lifeblood and the oil of the business. So you may be wondering, how can I learn how to sell, particularly for a marketing agency? Well, the best way to learn how to sell is to actually do it. You need to experience rejection a multitude of times. Imagine being a stand-up comedian. You have to be comfortable with getting on stage, telling jokes that you've worked hard on, and then facing the reality of no one laughing or showing interest in your product. You have to be willing to put hours into this, and once you have some selling experience, that's when you might want to start delving into sales books and videos. But without knowing what it feels like to fail and having actual experience talking to people, starting with a book might not be as effective. I learn best when I can tie in lived experiences. Once you've had some experience selling, then you can start reading some books. If you're dealing with lower ticket sales products like gym memberships, then Hormozi's content's really great. If you're doing more business to business sales, I would look at Jeremy Miner's stuff. The book Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss is a good sales book to read. I keep that one on my desk. The business growth cycle starts with sales and marketing. Once you have too many sales for you to fulfill, then you get to enter the second phase in the era of the business, which is to go into hiring and training. Once you have the right people and you've trained them, then you need systems and operations in place for them to succeed and to maintain quality control. Once you have sales and marketing, hiring and training, and the operations and systems in place, the capacity for your business expands vastly. You're going to go from feeling 100% full down to 30% full. And that's okay. That just means you get to start the new era of the business and you get to grow to the next level and you get to go back to selling. When you do that, your business is going to grow much bigger. Now you may ask, how does starting a company now compare to 6 or 7 years ago? What has changed in terms of the technologies, social networks, people, behaviors, and other factors? Some might say starting a business now is more challenging. The economy is not in the best place. Interest rates are higher. Businesses are struggling and there's a lot of consumer debt. So people might be holding their money a little bit closer to their chest. There was a big boom in the late 2010s, low interest rates. It encouraged businesses to take out loans to expand their growth and finance equipment purchases. If someone's buying a substantial piece of construction equipment or a laser hair removal device, those cost like $100,000. Once they've made that considerable investment, it's now a logical next step for them to invest in marketing because that device is sitting there regardless of whether they have clients or not. So they need to fill the bookings for that piece of equipment. This is why when low interest rates are around, marketing companies do extra awesome. There's never a recession for exceptional business leaders. Great leaders like you can adapt, they can stay ahead of the trends, and they can foresee and plan for things unless they're government imposed. You might wonder, what are the 5 initial steps that you can take before deciding to start a business? And what are the 5 steps after you've begun? What should you research? What should you learn? Who should you meet? Firstly, it's crucial, understand your motive. Why do you want to run a business? Second, identify what the market actually needs. People often have ideas that are great to them, but it's not necessarily what the market needs or wants. results. Third, workshop your idea with people that you trust. Ask a number of people what they think about your business idea and preferably get a commitment from them to purchase it as soon as you launch. This will give you closer insight into how much they actually believe in it. Fourth, put together a business plan and take some time to actually think it through. How are you going to sell it? How are you going to market it? How are you going to hire and train new people? And where are you going to find them? And what kind of technology stack and systems and operations are you going to put in place? Having a full vision of what the plan and the path for the business is going to make sure that you succeed. And fifth, lastly, before you start a business, make sure your life and your family's in order. Growing a business is hard, and it's going to take you away from some of the personal relationships that you have, at least for a little while. Once you start the business, stick to your business plan wherever possible. Second, hire people earlier than you maybe anticipate. Make sure that you have income, but hire someone for support earlier than you might think. It's going to help accelerate the growth of your business. And third, make sure that you do everything legally. Get all your business licenses. Make sure you get your business registration, your name registered, and maybe incorporate right away if you're in an industry with liability. Fourth, make sure that you have your professional support network. Organize it so that you have a bookkeeping company, you have an accountant lined up, you have a lawyer, you have a marketing company, you have your business insurance person, and you might want a business coach. Lastly, when starting a business, take care of your health. Business leadership is very stressful. It's very important that you take the time to work out, stretch, do yoga, in my case, do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, do art, do music, whatever it is that's your release. Otherwise, that stress is going to build up in you and it could cause you harm or turn your hair gray. A popular question that I get asked is, can you make millions of dollars in digital marketing? Here's what I have to say about that. Yes, you can grow a business that indeed becomes your ticket to freedom, a business that can afford you vacation homes, a business that you can manage from a laptop, even in a place like Mexico, if that's where you want to be. You can create a business that is attractive to others, a business that gets you whatever you want. But remember, it requires a lot of hard work, dedication, and persistence. If you found this video useful, hit the like button, subscribe for more content like this. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer you. I'm Keenan Beavis. Let's grow businesses together.